interacting with them. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. So let us go to the modern period. Modern period, as we know that entire Indian history divided into three parts: ancient, medieval, and modern. Ancient period, we know that we read also before. You have knowledge in detail. Next other classes will go, but now this modern period is a little bit more important. Maximum question they are focusing on this modern period, or we can say the freedom movement in India. In this ancient period, beginning of the Indian history, that is the Aryan civilization, or the before that, if you go, that is a Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Indus Valley civilization, and that all up to Arab disintegration of India, that is a Pushyabhuti dynasty. Try to remember beginning of Indus Valley civilization to end of that Buddhism, that is related to the Arab invasion, up to that is considered 712. That period is considered as the ancient period. We'll discuss that later on. Next, 712 to 1757, we can consider 1757. This period we can consider as medieval period. This medieval period, please note down that Charan, once you note down that dates, okay, you are a little bit new to the class and all this. Okay, so this is 712 to 1757. Why 1757? We'll discuss that. So that is called as a medieval period. This medieval period is a two part. One is the Delhi Sultanate, 19 that is 712 to 1526, up to 1526. It is called as a Mughal period. 1526 to this is a Delhi Sultanate. 1526 to 1757. That was called as a Mughal period. Okay, so this Delhi Sultanate and Mughal period combinedly, it is called as what is that medieval period. 1757 to 1947. This 190 years history, once again we'll go through, because it is very important. A little bit very fast we went by that time due to exam and all this. Once again in detail we'll go. What are the easy topic? Just we will touch them. Little bit deeper we will discuss once again. So may I know from someone, what is the importance of 1757? Yeah, Aditi ji or Vikram ji. This yeah, anyone can. 1757. Why it is important? Landmark in Indian history.
So British have come.
British came 1600. Very good. British came 16.
East India Company
Is it Yashaswini? Yeah, East India Company. One incident. I want that incident. Landmark incident. 1757 means immediately you have to say.
Sir, I think it's a
17
battle of, I think there is some battle in that year, I guess, sir.
Plassey, Battle of Plassey.
Yes, sir.
No, Battle of Plassey. Battle of Plassey. Okay, we are coming to that. So let us go little bit earlier, 1757. Note down 1757, 1764. These are the two important landmarks in Indian history, because the history completely changed because of these 2 years, 1757 and 1764. Note down that 1757, Battle of Plassey. Plassey, Plassy, Plassey, it is in the West Bengal. Another is the Battle of Buxar, Buxar, Buxar. Some books you will get Buxar, no problem, spelling is not a problem. So you can write that. These are the two important landmarks in Indian history. So why that important? Let us go little bit earlier. Little bit earlier, if you'll see, I told you that Mughal Empire. Mughals were ruling, so Babur, next that is Humayun, next Akbar. They are early 6 rulers, very strong. After that is Shahjahan, Jahangir. Okay, little bit that Mughal period little bit weakened. Okay, in 1600 AD, please note down 1600 AD, which is now called as a common era. No more AD, now it is called as common era. So during 1600 common era or AD, one and the same. Yeah, I hope those are that. Yeah, you can understand that. So there, the East India Company, one of the British company manufacturing industry, it came to keep trade relation with India. 1600. Sir Thomas Roe, one of the leader on behalf of the East India Company, Sir Thomas Roe, he came, he met with the Jahangir, and then he took the permission. Then he got the grantation from that the then ruler, and they started the trade relation. East India Company, 1600. East India Company, by following East India Company, then the before that, when Britishers, Europeans, they came. May I know who was the first European to land in India before East India Company? East India Company, 1600. Before that, very much important from lower classes you are reading. I hope you know that. May I know it? Aditi ji or Vikram ji? Yeah, yes, Swini also you can follow. Anyone? Open to all. Dutch. Yeah. Who is that? No, name what? Vasco da Gama. Portuguese. Vasco da Gama. Okay. They came to the Calicut and 1493. And after that, British, Dutch, French, all the Europeans, they gradually attracted towards the India. So we are giving more important to East India Company. So East India Company, 1600, they started the trade relation with India. After that, we know before that Portuguese, then Dutch, then French and other European they came. But East India Company, what did they do? East India Company, by keeping the trade relation, they keenly observed that Indian political activity. There was weekend rulers. There was no proper administration. That mightiest Mughals now little bit weakened. Okay, there was no unity among the Mughal rulers. There are some revolt and all these in family relations or the dispute and all this. By taking that all advantages, there was no paramount power also. Some independent rulers were there. So by taking all these advantages, the East India Company tried to get the power. By the time, at the time of 1757, so near about 1600 to 1757, almost near about 157, 160 years, they kept the trade relation. Then they keenly observed the condition of India, political condition of India. And at the time of Siraj-ud-Dowla, the weak ruler of Mughal, please note down, Siraj-ud-Dowla. Okay, at the time of Siraj-ud-Dowla, what happened? Lord Robert Clive, he was the governor general. The East India Company used to send governor general to rule or to the head of that East India Company in India. They continued till 1857. Okay, Governor General. So by the time 1757, the Governor General was Robert Clive. And when Robert Clive came to India, by the time he saw all the conditions and he tried to strengthen his East India Company. And these Europeans, apart from the trade relation, they started fortification. What is fortification? That was none other than construction of their own industry. That was objected by Siraj-ud-Dowla. Okay, as a result, there was a small dispute, and the Siraj-ud-Dowla arrested some of the British. That all we will discuss in the medieval period. We are going to modern. So that all we are not going to discuss in detail. So that dispute led to a small war between Siraj-ud-Dowla and Robert Clive, and that war was first called as a Battle of Plassey. In that Battle of Plassey, in spite of 50,000, more than 60,000 bigger army, Siraj-ud-Dowla lost the war. Children, these all are we'll discuss in the medieval, not now. Now we are moving towards the modern. That's why the background is required. So that's why I'm telling these all are the background. Just briefly we'll touch. Then modern in detail we'll discuss. These things will complete in the medieval period. Chalo. So 1757, that war was popularly called as the first battle of, that is Plassey. And immediate after the Battle of Plassey, 1764, another battle that was called as the Battle of Buxar. These two Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar, took a decisive role in India, and that India's power from the Mughals, that was Mughal sea children, East India Company came to India, made the ruler from trader to ruler. So they adopted several steps how to expand their rule in India. Different type of policies they adopted. Different time, different governor general. 200 years, India ruled by East India Company. Instead of rule, we can say exploited by the looted by the East India Company. They completely made the rules, regulation, agriculture policy, industrial policy. Yeah, they introduced some industry also. So beginning of the industrial stage that was. So they completely changed, which can make favorable to the East India Company. And then they ruled, and that 100 years of rule in India by the East India Company able to create a sense of the feeling of nationalism. That that is the beginning of modern period. What is this nationalism? See, nation state or nationalism, very very important. Try to understand what is this nation state or nationalism. The concept of nationalism or nation state origin in Europe after the French Revolution, after the German unification, basically the French Revolution. After the French Revolution, because in Europe, the French Revolution is one of the greatest landmark, because they told that whenever the France sneezes, entire Europe catches cold. Whatever happens in the France, that had a great impact on entire Europe. So after the French Revolution, they removed that monarchism and they established the republican form of government. By following that, France remained state also, remain other states also did the same thing, and that was the beginning of the nationalism in Europe, we can say. And what is that nationalism? By removing the monarchism, establishment of democratic country, a small nation state, republican government or the democratic government. That concept was popularly called as the nation state, and that was independent. And they created their own identity, their own citizenship, their own voting right. Earlier, it was not there. So that exactly the same thing we able to get after the Battle of Plassey, 1757 to 1857, when we were exploited, when our money and our booties and our resource were exploited by the East India Company. Then some of the intellectual people, remember one another important children, bourgeois. What is the role of bourgeois? Bourgeois means the intellectual people. Some of the good people who was educated people, they had a great contribution for every revolution. So also in France, so also in Russia, everywhere, everywhere. In India also. Okay, that Rousseau, Voltaire in France, we can remember. So in India also, a group of bourgeois, they able to create the sense of feeling of nationalism. My country, my people. And that feeling led to rise of nationalism. And immediate after 1757, what happened? Some of the people that 1857, that revolt of great revolt of India, or some Indian historians, they used to say the first war of independence. That all we'll discuss later on, because in the medieval period we will discuss. Now that 1857, another landmark, 1757 to 1857. This is the 100 years that East India Company ruled. When we made the revolt in 1857, then India's administration transformed to British Crown directly. And then the East India Company came into, and British government used to send the viceroys to India. So that Governor General, the designation of Governor General changed into Viceroy. Who was the Governor General? What is the Viceroy? I hope you are understanding, right? So this is how we are going to. Yeah, there are some are there. Let us see. Yeah. So Charan, did you understand what is this Viceroy? Charan, Charan, are you listening to me?
Sir,
You are taking time. Yeah. Yes, sir. What is difference between Viceroy and Governor General? Fast, fast.
Sir, can you tell again?
What is the difference between Viceroy and Governor General? Difference between
Sir,
Viceroy and Governor. Yeah, Charan.
Sir, Viceroy.
Huh.
I mean,
Aditi, little faster. You said little faster. Fast,
Sir,
fast.
Viceroy is someone who takes charge and exercise authority.
Took charge after.
Sir?
Took charge after what?
Sir, they are working under the sovereign, sir, like the British sovereign. They work under the British main government. From
Okay. Yeah.
is it wrong, sir?
Okay, let me go to Vikram ji. Vikram, not Pavani ji. Did you understand the difference? Pavani ji, Vikram ji, anyhow, quite okay. Pavani ji, did you understand that Governor General and Viceroy?
Yes, sir.
Don't waste time, little faster.
1857. Sir, 1857 before governor.
Yeah,
1857.
Governor General. Yeah, very good. Charan, see that Pavani ji, what she told, that is correct. Charan, once you note down that 1757 East India Company came, no? East India Company, as long as India ruled by the East India Company, that they used to send from England to India their representative, and that representative was called as the Governor General. Okay, 1857 we made one revolt, which was called as the first war of independence or the Sipai mutiny or whatever it may be. Different people, different opinion. Okay, after that, India directly ruled by the British Crown, and British Crown used to send that representative of the British government, Crown, the king or the queen, they used to send their representative. They were called as the Viceroys. Okay, very good, Pavaniji. Try to continue that. You missed all these classes. Okay, chalo. Charan, are you writing? Note down, Charan. Okay. Otherwise, later on, once again, you listen this class and try to remember all these points. Okay. Next. So we got the Viceroy. During this Viceroy, we able to get this feeling of nationalism during this period, 1857. One of the great, yeah. Then what is this nationalism? I'm telling. I gave the example of France. Then in India, where did we lost this feeling of nationalism? May I get it from someone? How do we lost our feeling of nationalism? Vikramji, any idea? I told that point that we started the feeling of nationalism. But when did we lose that one? That was the question. Aditi ji, any idea? On what circumstance we lost our feeling of nationalism? Pavani ji, can you?
No idea, sir.
Okay. Yamini, any idea, miss? Yasaswini. Any
No, sir.
idea? Okay. Vikram ji, I'm giving 1 minute time. Can you? Vikram ji,
Sir,
how do, what is the reason for losing our feeling of nationalism? On what context on what circumstance we lost our nationalism? Okay, I'm telling once you'll see children. As I told you, 712 AD. Please note down one point. You note down 646. The last Hindu ruler of India. He was none other than Pusyavati dynasty. Harshavardhan the Great. He died. After the death of Harshavardhan the Great, we are considering Indian history, considering the last Hindu ruler of India was the Harshavardhan. He ruled India, entire India, present Pakistan, Afghanistan, Sindh province, Baluchistan, here Bangladesh, that entire India got under his control. Okay, and he ruled that one. And after his death, no such great ruler able to bring entire India under their control. And India divided into different small province. Then new dynasties we got: Cholas, Chalukyas, Kakatiyas, Hoysalas, Dwarasamudras, Rashtrakutas, Pandyas, like that, small division. And within that division, even we divided our feeling of nationalism. During this course of time, people forgot that they belongs to one country, that is India, which was ruled by Harshavardhan. And as they divided their small province, their nationalism also divided, and they confined to with that small province. And that was the disintegration, or we can say the breaking of nationalism. My country, my people, that feeling, that was the feeling of nationalism that we lost with the downfall of Pushyapati dynasty, or the death of Harshavardhan. 646 to till 1857, near about 1200 years, we lost. Within that, different rulers they came: the Mughals, the Ghaznis, the Ghoris, who not, different type of people they came. They ruled India, they exploited India. By the time, during this period, we lost our identity, that we all are Indians, we all are one nation. That one nation, that feeling also we lost, because our nationalism divided into small province like Chola, Chalukya, whatever I told just now. Okay, so that was the feeling. Once again, we able to inculcate, again we able to create, or able to get the feeling that we all belongs to India. 1857. 1857, once again we united. We tried to fight against the British government, or that is called as a Sepoy mutiny. That helped for the rising of the feeling towards my country, the feeling, the devotion, the patriotism, whatever we can say. And that feeling was totally called as the feeling of nationalism. My country, my people. I hope you understood. So this feeling, so many factors responsible. Some or other way, the British government also responsible for increasing of the feeling of nationalism. How? The British government had a great contribution. During their rule in India, they modernized the transport, communication. Then that is another, the newspaper. They introduced that newspaper, okay, Bengal Gazette or whatever, and local newspaper, and the vernacular language, the English language, and so many development they did. Particularly the contribution of English language, then the modernization of the education. Yeah, of course. By that time, they faced some problem. Socio-religious movement. They brought so many development in India, and that helped to rise of a group of people who were by birth Indian, but by knowledge they were the foreign. They read different type of books. They able to create the sense, yeah, this India is belongs to us, and these Europeans were ruling forcefully. We have to unite ourselves. We have to fight against the British. That concept we able to get. And they created different type of association also, small groups. Okay, that is Pune Sarvajanin Sabha, then Mumbai Mahajan Sabha, next the All India Peasants Association. Like that, so many groups they made, and that group helped for again rising of the national consciousness. Okay, I hope now you are okay with the national consciousness. Okay, Aditi ji, did you understand now that difference between where did we lose that feeling and how again we able to get the concept of my country, my nation? Aditi
Yes.
ji, within 2 minutes you
Yes,
have to
sir.
speak.
Yes, sir.
Tell once. How?
So
If it
when
is possible, within 1 minute.
yes, sir. So
Continue.
when all the other nations and like Persians and other rulers from other countries came over to take up
Yeah.
kingdoms in India, we lost the sense of nationalism. And later, when
Yeah.
under the Indian National Congress and many other factors, when during the fight for independence, we reunited and got the
Very
sense
good. Very good. Very good. So
I
remember
have a
that
doubt, sir.
Harshavardhan also. Yeah. Vikram ji.
Sir, I think we lost the feeling of nationalism at the time of Mauryan Empire only. After the fall of Mauryan Empire only, I think.
Yeah, Mauryan Empire 360, 363,
Yes, sir. At the
67.
time of Alexander
Maurya,
invasion only, we
Maurya.
lost the feeling of nationalism, I think so.
Yeah, by that time, what happened, no? Vikramji, very good, nice question you raised. So by that time, what happened? We were early to the political BC, that is 360, 370, 374, that yeah, Kalinga War, and by that time, Hydas Peace War, that Jar Alexander, yeah, Greek invader Alexander who came, and by that time we are beginning to the empire. By that time, entire Osoka came to the power, and by that time, what happened? A small dispute. Puru, Ambi, they were not entire India. They were limited. Okay, and after that, we got so many development now. Bikramji, after the Mauryan dynasty, Gupta dynasty, then the Chola dynasty, yeah, so many Gupta, particularly that Gupta dynasty, Pushyavati dynasty. Once again, we able to imbibe that feeling of nationalism. Entire India able to bought under that Vikramaditya, that is yeah, Gupta dynasties. Okay, then the Kushana dynasty, then the yeah, Pushyavati dynasty. So again, we able to do. That is one drawback, but not that serious as like the British. Okay, there was internal differences. Try to understand, Mr. Vikramji. Yeah, you are correct. When Alexander came, there are in that Puru Ambi to take their revenge against themselves. They invited Alexander. Someone opposed, someone supported. But we cannot say that entire India is involved in that. But here what happened, after that downfall of Pushyavati dynasty, when India divided into small kingdoms, try to focus on that. Cholas, Chalukyas, Kakatiyas, Hoysalas, Rashtrakutas, Dwarasamudra, entire India divided into small province, small kingdoms. And that small kingdom made our concept narrow. We unable to think broad that entire India is ours. We made ourselves within that small kingdom. Our narrow concept, that bigger concept of nationalism became minimized into narrow concept of that particular area. That was the great threat. Okay, I hope you clarified that. Okay, so this is what, am I right, Vikramji?
I understood, sir.
Yeah, that is. So by that time, that was confined between Kuru and Ambi, small area, northern part particularly. But now it is for entire India, it was a great. South too, because Cholo, Chalukya, Kakatiya, they are the South Indian. And South India people, that was the concept of South India, North India, such concept also we got. So that was a great threat. Okay, it was not good. So that we again able to imbibe at the time of this British, different type of newspaper, different type of magazine, or that is the journals and the association I told you. By making that all, we able to again get that concept of three concepts: liberty, equality, fraternity. What are they? Liberty, equality, fraternity. May I know from where we got these three? In our constitution also it is there,
France,
but we didn't implement it. It's not ours. Yes, sir?
France.
In the France, this is the outcome of the French Revolution. Very good, Vikramji. So liberty, equality, fraternity, outcome of French Revolution. Almost all the country, modern democratic countries, are following these three principles. So also India. And during this time, what happened, when we are engaged ourselves with that to fight the British and all this, one of the British only helped us. Okay, he was none other than General, yeah, he came to India as a British administrator, and he guided the Indians that you people are making some association, but unfortunately it is not recognized by the British. Alien Octavian Hume, A.O. Hume, popularly he is called. He suggested, you people got the feeling that nationalism, entire India is yours. So now you have to make one organization which should be recognized by the British government. And with his help, the result of this feeling of nationalism, 1857 to 1885, during that period, due to this transport, communication, news, and all this, we able to create the sense of nationalism by making one organization recognized by the British government. And just now Aditi ji was telling that Congress name, she has already taken that name of Congress. Charan, are you understanding? Yeah, I hope you are following